welcome back to the beginning of another week. It's week 26 and we are officially halfway through the year. It seems kind of crazy. The weather has finally calmed down a bit. It's still warm, but it's not the 108 Fahrenheit that we were getting last week. We did have a summer storm come through yesterday, which is why I'm filming today, Monday. But yeah, not much happened in the garden because of the heat. Pretty much all I was doing all week was making sure as many things were watered as possible. Despite that, we still had a lot of dieback during the heat. Those just like consecutive days of 100, 105, 108, just the plants, most of the plants didn't like it. So I'll take you around and show you how the garden's looking. Inside, I did get around to starting some Nocino, which is kind of the traditional thing that I start in June, which we taste for Christmas. So the neighbors over there have a giant walnut tree, and basically you harvest the green walnuts and then you turn them into various Nocino and Nocino-like beverages for the holidays. So it was Nocino time and we got some of that done. Did all my morning chores this morning, like made the bread, did my ginger ale, got some stuff cleaned up. But yeah, let's go around and check out the garden. Okay, as usual, we are up in the garden where it's hard to tell, but things are actually struggling. The weeds have definitely gotten away from me, so I need to get that done. Most things did okay. Shallots here I did pull up, and I need to pull up the shallots over there. I wish I had done them before the rain came in last night, but that is on the docket for today, so that's going to be going away. Everything else is doing okay. I have some green beans coming up here. Tons of volunteer tomatoes, like everywhere. I actually didn't plant as many tomatoes as I wanted to this year. So I am letting some of these volunteers just grow because I haven't really planted as much as I was hoping to. And I'm kind of glad at this point. Oh my gosh, look at how much rain we got last night. I'm kind of glad I didn't, because keeping up with the watering has been a chore. So I have ordered more irrigation tubing, and I am going to start figuring that out, hopefully before the next wave of heat hits, because I think not this week, but next week, it's supposed to be back up at like 95. So I need to shake a leg and get some stuff done. I got tomatoes growing with the strawberries. I have tomatoes growing everywhere. The chickens did really well during the heat. They do have, like, they have the shade cloth up. They have this Apios americana that offers them plenty of shade. And during the hottest days, we did also have the mister going on. So that kept it in here kind of moist, so they had the whole evaporative cooling thing going on. But yeah, they didn't even like skip a beat with regard to laying eggs, so that was cool. This guy lost all its leaves. It was having issues, and I'm not sure what, but it's not dead, because you can see it's actually starting to grow back. So I mean, I did get one fruit earlier, and it's probably super confused now because it probably thinks it's spring when it's the middle of summer. But it is what it is. Potatoes were kind of a fail. Well, my petit pois was definitely a fail. Apparently that's really better on the shoulder seasons. So I'll try that again in the fall. My main crop potatoes over there are completely toast. And I'm going to go ahead and dig through there and see if I have any potatoes, but it is what it is. I'll try again next year. The great thing about gardening is that if you fail one year, you just kind of make notes and you try again. Squash Island is doing its thing. Most of the zucchinis are doing pretty well, but I am having a lot of issues with like the blossom end rot, which is kind of where it starts rotting from the blossom side. And because of the heat, we have a lot of little creatures that have come in and started nibbling on things. So I'm not too concerned because we got a lot going on. But it's not great because I do like to have some of the stuff. What else? My distributor completely bit the dust. I pulled it too much, and I think the heat probably made the plastic brittle because, yeah, basically I pulled it and it just completely sheared. I don't think I can fix it, but now I'm having to like swap them out whenever I go to different zones. So the auto irrigation cannot come soon enough. My driveway planter, well, my driveway plants, I think got the brunt of the heat. So some of them look like they've pretty much died back completely, especially like in this area. This one may grow back because it's got some green. But this one and that one in particular look really crunchy. Uh, yeah, I mean, I don't know what I could have done differently because these guys were actually getting watered regularly because the ground in here is pretty shallow. So again, it is what it is, but everything else seems to be doing pretty well. Down in the driveway, I never got around to planting my rose, and of course it decided that it was going to shoot off a bunch of flowers like right during the heat wave. So those got pretty toasty. The grass is slowly but surely growing in. I did not get around to mowing this side the last time I mowed, which is why it's so tall. But I am planning on trying to finish up the willow thing, getting all of these branches moved out of the way, and I have my new blades, so I can mow. I know my dad mentioned sharpening the blades. Francis is sharpening the blades. It's just that the metal was so weak that they are like completely contorted. So it's not just a matter of them not being sharp. They're just really messed up right now. That's my best grapevine so far. I'm not sure what's happening with the other ones. They're just like, they're so tiny. So I'm just being happy with this one. This one is also older. This is the one of the 4 that survived from our trip to Bordeaux. So it does have a year of extra growth when you compare it to the other ones that I planted earlier this season. So that could contribute. But yeah, that is about it for this episode. And I don't have much to leave you with, so I will leave you with the corn. It is growing quite well considering the super hot weather. You can see kind of way over there, if I zoom in, there are some patches where the heat has definitely caused things to get kind of toasty. But yeah, otherwise, soon it'll be kind of like fields of gold once all the tassels come in. And I was hoping that like way over there, we would be able to see the ducks eventually. The ducks are here, but they're actually being kept on the opposite side of this building there. So we will not be able to see ducks regularly. The horses are probably inside resting, but that's it for this week. I hope you had a good week, and I'll check in next week. Bye.